Welcome to the hands-on section for string and character search functions. This is the demo program for the character search function, string character, where we search for a character inside a string. Exact same example that we saw in the slides. And the string in which we are performing the search is this one. This is a test. And we first search for character A, which is of course present over here. And then we search for character Z, which is not found anywhere in this string. So we perform the same actions, kind of run the same code, only first time we use character 1 as the character to be searched. Second time it's going to be further down here, character 2. And we print out one string if the character is found and another string if it is not found. So let me run this for us, and there you go. A was found in this is a test. Z was not found in this is a test. And of course, the string character search function returns a pointer if the searched character is found, which is the case when we search for the letter A, character 1, and it returns null, which in the second case directs us into the else block, and we print out the second string down here. Let me set a breakpoint and step through this. So the first time this will return a pointer, gets us into the if block, print out the statement, move on to the second if condition, check the if condition, it's false, gets us into the else block, print out that statement. Now let me move on to the next example. And I believe this was the second example. Here we use the string cspan function, or complementary span function, which returns the length of the string, a segment of in the first argument, string 1 in this case, that does not contain any of the characters included in string 2. I think that may be a typo. Yeah, that's supposed to be a 1, not an L. Fix that. Wouldn't have made a difference, would have still run, but okay. So I'll run this, and as you can see over here, so the value, so string 1, the value of string 1 is 3.14159, and we basically want to count the number of characters that appear before the first appearance of a numeric digit. The answer to that is 13, which we get from, which is the number returned, the value returned by the string complementary span function. I think I missed this one. This should also be a 1, but and there you go. So this one's simple enough. Jump to string. Next example. So this one demos the string pbrk string the function, which returns a pointer to the location of the first occurrence of a character included in uh, string 2 in string 1. So in that case, BEWARE, those are the letters this will search for. The first occurrence of any letter of this string of string 2 in string 1 is the letter A. So a pointer pointing to this letter A, when printed out as a string, actually printed out as a character, should just print out the letter A. And here you go. A appears earliest in, this is the test. Oops, looks like we have inserted a typo over here. Just a second. Close that, and there you go. Okay, let's jump to the next example, because we have a lot of them. So this one searches for a specified letter from the end of the string, from the end forward. And in this one we had string 1 initialized to a zoo has many animals including zebras, and we search for the letter Z, which occurs in the word zoo and in the word zebras. And we use the string reverse character search function for that. So we search for letter Z in this sentence long string. And there you go. Last occurrence of character Z is zebras. So we print out the letter, and then we print out the pointer returned by string character as a string. And that'll print out everything from this location all the way to the end. Alright, let's jump to the next example. And this is the complementary function to the string C span function, complementary span function. This one will return the length of the segment of the first argument given of the string in the first argument, string 1 in our example here, that contains any of the letters given in string 2. So in this case, this should give us the length of the string up to here, up to the last space character before the occurrence of the first numeric digit, because there are no numbers included in string 2. All the other letters that we see over here, they're kind of jumbled up and put into string 2. There you go. Length of the initial segment of string 1 containing only characters from string 2 is 13. And jump to the substring search function, or string. So this one searches for the first occurrence of string 2 inside string 1, and the two strings that we initialize, string 1 and string 2 to string 1 is initialized to ABCDEF, ABCDEF. String 2 is initialized to DEF. DEF occurs twice. It occurs once here in the middle, once at the end. So substring search will stop searching after it finds the first match, starting from the beginning of the string. And what we do is we take the pointer returned by the substring search function, and we treat it as a pointer to a string and print it out, and that returns the remainder of the string, the substring in string 1, that goes from the first occurrence of DEF all the way to the end. So this first D over here is this location of the first D is what the substring function is returning in this case. And when we print that out as a string, it gives us everything up to, it prints out everything up to the null character, the termination of this string. That's why we see DEF, ABC, DEF printed out. And that gets us to the last function that we looked at in this section, and there's a little bit of trickery to this one. So the StringToken function, this is the code that we saw in the slides, this being Microsoft Visual Studio and Visual C++. We cannot use the StringToken function as is because, again, there's a secure version of it and it's slightly different. You can't just add an underscore s to the end of the function name. That alone won't do. So as you can see, this code doesn't run. You get an error too, actually. It says consider using StringToken underscore s instead. Okay, so let me show you what StringToken underscore s does. Not only is the function name slightly different, but this one requires a third argument, and that third argument is not just something you can, for which you can pass a constant or something. You actually have to declare a character pointer for that, and I'm calling mine next token. Okay, and you have to pass that as a third argument. You have to pass the address of that pointer as an argument, so and next token. So remember, StringToken, somehow magically it appeared, remembers where it needs to start searching for the next token. For that, a pointer is needed. That's what we're declaring up here. So always declare a character pointer for that and initialize it to null. I should add that, yeah. Initialize character pointer to null. Initialize character pointer for StringToken secure function to null, and you have to pass that with an ampersand sign to the StringToken secure function. Now let me run this again. You see, it works exactly like the StringToken function on another compiler would. So the string that is being tokenized over here is this sentence with 7 tokens, and it's broken up into this is a sentence with 7 tokens into these separate words. And when I say words, I just mean strings separated by whatever delimiter character we are providing. In our case, that is a space character. All right. So slight change going from other compilers to Visual Studio here, but with the benefit that your code becomes more secure and less prone to exploitation.